Hi and welcome back. This week I was supposed to be going off to Comic Con on Sunday, however that's been postponed. So what have I been up to? Well, I've completed a short story which will be coming to Amazon very soon called Tango Squad, and that just needs to be edited. The main book, Broken Ceasefire, that is now available on Amazon as paperback, and you can also pre-order the ebook. The ebook will be released on Sunday, so I've still stuck with the 19th of July as the initial launch date. I've also been helping a family member with regards to their book, with the editing side of it. They had a few questions, and I'm here to answer any questions that you're having with your own work. So, for example, my auntie was asking me about formatting, how did I do it, and what process did I go through. So on Amazon there's actually a little app that you can download onto your computer, and you follow the instructions that they provide you online. It is relatively straightforward. I've got a little bit of a formatting issue coming up because I have actually got another short story called Cats, which I will be releasing imminently. I've just got to make sure that it's in the right format. I've got a cover for it, which I'm quite pleased with. And yeah, the issue that I've got with this particular version or story is it's only about 3 or 4 pages, so it's not a very big story at all, so very short. And with the formatting on that, I'm just really muddling over the best way to do it, whether or not to have the scenes, when it comes to the end of a scene, have little like exclamation marks at the bottom of the page, or whether or not just to leave it totally as it is with some headings and that to begin with, and then just let the story flow. So I haven't really decided. I've looked into it and there doesn't seem to be a standard, whereas paperbacks and ebooks would have a standard formatting. Short stories don't seem to have that. It seems to come down to the style or the choice of the writer. So what I'm likely to do is just make sure it's formatted for page size and guttering margins and all that are correct, so it looks good. And Cats will not be available on any other format apart from ebook, and because of that I will be looking into Smashwords distribution. What do Smashwords do? Well, Smashwords is a distributing platform that allows you to upload one copy of your manuscript or story, and then they will distribute it to Amazon, so Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple, and there's another one that kind of eludes me, but you get the idea. They will distribute it to all platforms. I'm going to go down that route because it'll be a one-stop shop, and as it's a free book I don't have to worry so much about the tax requirements. When I've used Smashwords before, it's great and it will distribute your book, but I did notice that it didn't distribute the manuscript at the time that I had submitted to Amazon, and if it had, there was obviously an issue there with Amazon. But it distributes to all those platforms, and you can set the price, but there is a tax issue, and that is basically if you're not an American citizen, and you can probably tell I'm not, so I don't know, not too sure what gives that bit away, but you have to register for the tax, the IRS in the States, and in order to do that in the UK you've got to go through the embassy in London. So it's a little bit of a complicated process, which was why when I did have a manuscript on there I pulled it totally, because this is something that I've been looking into over the last probably 10 years. It's probably taken me 10 years to get this to this stage. So a lot of that I used for learning how to submit manuscripts, learning how to format manuscripts, and so on and so forth. What I will be doing is I'll be formatting the short story Cats, and then I'll be distributing that through Smashwords, just as a freebie, because what you can do, you can distribute and sell your book on Smashwords, but they won't release any funds until you've sorted out the IRS situation. So for me, I'm thinking just put out a short story on there, which will then go on to all those other platforms, and it's about gaining that audience and public awareness of what I'm actually doing and my style of writing. So that's what I'm going to be up to, and I'm also considering doing TikTok videos just as a publicity thing. How that's going to work out yet, I'm not entirely sure. And what's given me that idea is, okay, there's a lot of short videos on there of people doing dances and silly things, but there is also a doctor on there with a couple of facts and figures about how the human body works. So what I'm considering doing is to put itself in line with my other YouTube channel, Science Fiction Fan Theories, and the Yahoo, it's going back a little bit, the Facebook group, Sci-Fi Fans, is do something similar on TikTok, again to draw an audience in. So what I would do for that is potentially do a 3-minute video which I can upload to TikTok, just discussing a science fiction film and giving that a whirl. At the end of the day, it doesn't cost anything, so what have I got to lose? The other thing that I've also started is a podcast, but I will go into the podcast in the next video because it's just getting off the ground, and I will go through all the various ins and outs of what I've done and what platform I'm using for that. So I have been busy, and yeah, fingers crossed. The 3 pre-sales that I've got on the ebook, well, they'll be sold on Sunday, and then it's just a question of continuing publicising and getting the word out there that I've got a book that I think people should be reading. So thank you very much for stopping by and watching this video. As I say, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments box below. And if you're into science fiction and you want to talk to me about science fiction related stuff, join me in the Facebook group. Nearly said Yahoo again. Yahoo, I did actually have a Yahoo group, but they stopped doing their groups at the tail end of last year, which was a little bit of a nightmare because I was using that as a date stamp for some of my work, but that's a different story. Yep, carry on the conversation in the comments box below. I'm here if you've got any questions on self-publishing. I can point you into the right direction if I don't know the answers myself. If you have any queries regarding formatting, again, if I don't know the answers, we can find them together, because it's probably a question or a topic that I haven't considered at the moment that could cause me an issue for the future. So yeah, let's go down this self-publishing path together, and as I say, I'm here to help. If you've got an interest in science fiction, please join me on my other YouTube channel, Science Fiction Fan Theories. Come and join me over on Facebook, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.